part of the reason I've been able to process it all so well maybe is that I look back and I can see, okay, no one was out to get me, right? And I think in some cases that is the case. There are people out to get people. For me, it wasn't that. Like, it wasn't that. Like, my mum genuinely loved me, loves me.
Yeah.
She'd been brainwashed and computed by dogma in the church to believe that homosexuality is a sin, your son will go to hell.
Yeah.
Queerfully Made Podcast acknowledges and recognises the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders as Australia's first people and the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we create and share. It is an honour to share stories through this podcast on the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nations, a culture rich with tens of thousands of years of storytelling. We pay our respects to their elders past and present. We extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening to this podcast.
Queerfully made. Ooh, yeah. Queerfully made. God, hey. Queerfully made. Come on now. Queerfully made.
Well, here we are, Queerfully Made Podcast. We've finally arrived. And what an exciting day. There's just been so much time. We really did a launch way too early on social media.
We've been talking about this for a little bit, but the day is here. So
The day's
very
here.
excited to actually launch this.
That was my
to make
ADHD
it
brain, I think. The day I spent I spent time setting things up, and then I was like, oh, I may as well post. And then you were like, oh, so we've launched.
I was like, oh, okay, we've launched. Okay, great. Good to know. Fantastic. It's out there now. Shit, I guess this is happening.
It is. It was in real life then.
It was
You
in
couldn't
real
back
life.
out because your picture was front and center of that
I
post.
started getting all the messages being like, "You're doing a podcast." I was like, "Yeah, I guess I am now." Like, this is happening.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to you.
Oh, welcome to you.
For
In
those
our
who don't-
studio.
Yeah, in our studio. It's beautiful. For those who don't know us, I'm Aaron, I'm a gay man from Melbourne.
And I'm Ben, a gay man from Melbourne. Well, Melbourne's home now. Yeah. Originally from New
I originally
Zealand.
met you like not long after you'd moved to Melbourne.
Yeah, it's been less than 2 years actually. So yeah, you were one of my first gay friends when I moved here. I moved here in November, and I think we met in December.
Well, yeah, and I think you're probably one of my first gay friends. And I've been in Melbourne. No, I'm a liar. But seriously, like my pool of friends, of gay friends, weren't big. So
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Wow.
and here we are.
And
starting
here we
a
are.
podcast.
Why are we here?
Why are we here? I think for me, and I know when we chatted a bunch, growing up in the church or having a long stint in the church and then coming out, the experience of that, both internally in the church, away from the church afterwards, all pre and post. There's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, right?
Yeah.
And there's just nothing really talking to that intersection of faith and sexuality and gender and all that goes on in that space.
Yeah. And it was wild. I think when we first first caught up, it was like 3 hours of like, oh my God, same. Oh my God, same. Oh my God, same.
Yeah.
But then the more people that I talk to about this, the more that the experience is a lot more common than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Maybe
same but different.
But same,
We've
same,
talked
but
about
different.
that, right?
But maybe not as deep as ours. They might not have gone, as deep as we did into religion, into Christianity, into the church.
Into leadership or
Into
things like that. They might have
leadership.
just attended on Sundays. Or,
Yeah, Mum bought me or took me when I was younger, and
I went to Christmas and Easter.
Christmas and Easter.
There's-
Those were the two services that I went to, and everything in between. But I think what's been really encouraging to hear that it has been it has been a story that's touched a lot of people.
Yeah.
So really excited to be, I guess. I thought about starting a conversation, but we're really joining a conversation.
Yeah.
Like this has been going on, and there are lots of different tangents and other stories that are interwoven into this experience. But I know that we were both really keen to start, I guess, to keep talking about our experience in our conversation, but to bring it to a bigger audience.
And I think as well, a lot of the voices that are out there, a lot of the produced content that's out there are either people who have left the church and left the faith, or people who are still in the faith and they speak at odds with one another.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's not our goal. Like our goal, whenever we've talked about this, it was always, we don't want this to be a podcast that's like it's got anonymity. What's the word?
That's not a word.
What's the animosity? Animosity. Thank you.
Nailed it.
Well, and we're not editing that out. So it's just going to be in there. I look like an idiot. No, we don't want there to be this animosity between us and religion and faith groups, anything like that. This is not meant to be a place for us to spur division or hate, because I don't think that's getting us anywhere.
No.
Like I would hope that this podcast can be listened to by people I used to go to church with, who maybe they're saying, I would love to be an ally, I just don't know how to be.
Yeah.
And nothing I'm hearing from internally gives me permission to be an ally.
Sure. Yeah.
Or equips me to be an ally.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not here to cause division. Not an us and them thing.
No.
Very much inclusive. We want to hear from a number of people, and we will. We have some really exciting guests coming up that will share about their experience and their perspective. But yeah, definitely not here to tear anyone down.
No.
Now, we won't shy away from talking openly and candidly about the actions of people in the past, because that's just part of our story. People,
yeah,
and their actions based on their beliefs. Like there's a whole, but I think, we're definitely not here to bring any kind of discomfort or, like I said, just tearing people down.
And some of the people who are going to be joining us on the podcast that we've confirmed as guests are people in church.
Yeah.
Some are out of church, some are half, like they dip their toes in the water sometimes, but there are pastors of churches that are going to be joining us on the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to me, because it shows how far we've come as humanity.
Yeah.
But it also shows the distance we've got to go, that we even have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's going to be a good conversation.
I think to start off with, for these, before we bring guests in, I think people would probably want to know, well, who are you? Like, who are you and I? Because at the end of the day, what gives us the authority to start a podcast? Apart from this beautiful studio. We're not doing this in our lounge room, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
and
incredible.
Everyone.
Yeah.
We are doing this from a beautiful studio.
From a beautiful,
so that doesn't give us authority, though.
Hashtag
what
blessed.
Does? Yeah. Hashtag blessed. Yes.
Yeah. I'm remembering all the Christian hashtags into this episode and others.
The amount of times when we've been planning this episode that, or just the podcast in general, the amount of times we've used like, I'm praying for you, or like just little things like that. And you've had that laugh when I've said it.
Yeah, that same laugh.
Yeah.
It's
a comforting.
That's
I think it's
it.
Something comforting in it.
Well, I think it's the holding space in the church world, right? Yeah. And I'm just getting closer from that.
John, I'm going to need to go to the bathroom mid-episode.
Do you think... I never said holding space in church. Do you think they use it? I'm sure they do.
I think they do now.
Yeah. How could you not?
All the pop culture churches do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The cool ones.
I'm waiting for a Christmas spectacular that's like Wicked themed.
I've seen one.
No!
I've seen one online.
No!
Yep. I've seen a Christian parody of... I'll have to send it to you.
Please.
It's very cringy, as you can imagine, but it's hilarious. I think because when we look at that stuff now, we're like, hang on a second. Yeah. Yes, that's like that's very now and very relevant.
Yeah.
Like you're bringing in pop culture, but they're both witches.
Yeah.
Right?
But back in the day, I loved that stuff.
I mean, sure.
As much as it was
You were a
cringy.
theatre kid.
I was a theatre kid, yeah. Maybe that's the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both witches.
They're both witches. You're literally like promoting witchcraft.
The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, we were brought up on that.
Sure.
As kids. And
yeah. Oh, were you allowed to watch that?
Well, C.S. Lewis, he wrote it as like it illuminated the gospel.
Sure.
Shone a new light, a new perspective, because Aslan was Jesus and
the
witch was the devil.
Yeah.
Turkish Delight was temptation, sin,
Yeah.
initial sin,
Yeah.
It was a beautiful story.
What about the little goat man? What was he? Mr. Tumless.
Mr. Tumnus. I don't know.
Tumnus?
But maybe that was my gay awakening. I look at a lot of the stuff that the gay community put out and I'm like, I saw that in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe for sure.
I had no chance. Yeah, I was always going to be.
I was groomed from a young age to come out.
Exactly. Yeah, if it wasn't that, it was Dorothy's red slippers.
Yep.
It was, yeah.
Anyway, we've talked a lot about nothing.
A lot about nothing.
So, yeah, who are we?
So we wanted to really kick things off and talk about ourselves, but more so talk about our story.
It's my favourite topic.
Really what led us to be here.
Yeah.
And like we've said, there are lots of similarities in our story, but lots of differences.
Yes.
So I wanted to take the time and explore those stories from how it all started as youngsters.
Yeah.
Right
Kids,
kids,
teens,
right up until now,
humans.
because I think those early years have really shaped, a big part of our story.
Yeah.
And things have changed now, but there'll be a lot that hasn't. So,
And I didn't, for my story, I didn't talk about my story for a couple of years after I came out. I really
Sure.
kept it quiet. And I got approached by lots of different media outlets when I first came out. I know I did my story on the project in 2024, but that was for a purpose. They asked me in 2020 because they were always looking for someone who had something bad to say about Hillsong style churches, right?
right, okay, yeah.
So they loved that sort of story. And so when they heard through the grapevine that I'd come out, I got an email from a producer asking me to come out. I didn't think anything of it. I just said no because I just wasn't, number one, I wasn't ready. But number two, I was like, what value does me sharing my story bring?
Sure.
Really? It's only going to cause more people to hate the church, going to cause more division, cause more of the church to hate me. I just thought it was a mess. And it wasn't until I eventually did start telling my story that I had people contacting me saying, my story's so similar to yours.
Sure, yeah.
Or I'm still in the church
Yeah.
and I'm gay and I don't know how to come out. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
And then I realized there's power in us telling our story which is such a Christian thing to say. Power of the testimony.
Yeah, the testimony.
The blood conquers
Amen.
the blood on the lamb.
Yeah.
Blood on the lamb. But
this is us giving our testimony.
This is our testimony. We should call that. We were thinking of calling the episode same but different, but maybe we should call it the testimony.
This is Aaron's testimony.
The word of our testimony.
Yeah.
That's how we overcome the devil.
Let's really encourage Aaron as he comes up to share this morning.
But yeah, I found that there's not enough people sharing this story.
Sure.
There's lots of coming out stories or coming in stories, coming into the gay community, but there's not a lot of this.
Yeah.
Of talking about, okay, how have I come out of the church and into something new, whether it's staying in the church and having faith, or how do I balance both? How do I let go of one and not the other? Whatever.
Yeah.
I think people want to see themselves in someone else and need to see themselves in someone else. And I wish as a teenage boy I had something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even, when I first came out, I didn't know how to be out.
No.
I was like, what does that mean now? So yeah, that's a really important thing to touch on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me growing up, the only references of homosexuals were perverted in a way.
Sure.
And so you got a glimpse of that one scene of the gay scene in media, and that was it, Mardi Gras and stuff like that. And it was always sort of demonized by the church. And so I only ever saw the demonized version of who I was at heart, who I am. I want to be able to say, hey, there's more to the sexuality side of things. There's more to us as humans, right? And if a young me can listen to this and go, okay, now I can hear myself in a point of media. Now I can see myself on a screen.
Yeah.
that's worth it.
That's worth it. Yeah, absolutely. So let's dive into Aaron's story. Let's take
have another sip.
all the way back to the beginning. Where did it start? Where's Aaron from? Where were you born?
Born here in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. Born into a really loving, like ultra loving Christian evangelical family. So we, so Christian that my parents bought the house across the road from the church we went to.
Wow.
We would literally cross the road to go to church. We didn't drive.
Okay, that's committed.
And as a kid, one time I went missing. Like my parents couldn't find me. My mum was freaking out. She was like, "Where's Aaron?" And she went across the road because she had 2 little baby twin daughters. She went across the road to try and figure out, okay, I don't know what to do with the twins, but I've got to find Aaron. Ran across the road to see if someone was at the church to try and get them to come and look after the twins while she tried to find me.
Right.
Where was I? Chatting to the pastor. 7.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember when Mary and Joseph, they were headed back after they were in Bethlehem. They were headed back to wherever they were going, and they lost Jesus, and then they had to go and find him, and it was in the temple. That was me. I was destined to be a pastor.
Okay. So side-by-side comparison between you and Jesus already.
Yes, yeah. Like, and I was told that by my family. That's the thing. Like, when I was born, my mum prayed that God would use me and that I would become something that would spread His word.
Right.
So she like blessed me with this, like, and I think it was just always spoken into my life. I was going to be a pastor. That was even though I don't think. When I got through secondary school, Mum wanted me to go to uni. She didn't want me to go and do an internship at the church and become a pastor that soon. Okay. She's like, no, go and study and do all that. But yeah, I was groomed from a young age to like your heart, your soul, everything gets invested in the church. And my parents, while they weren't in paid ministry, had always invested their time and energy into the church. So they were part of a group that helped to bring the Alpha course to Australia.
Right.
And we, as 4 little families, with these other families that helped do it, would travel. And every Sunday we'd be in a different church talking about the Alpha course. We'd get up on the stage, all of us kids like the Von Trapps, and sing all over the world, people just like us, are calling your name and living in your love. Like some people just like us. I think
people just like us
from Hillsong. It was
yeah. And it's going to give people good reference.
Do we have to pay royalties? Do we have to edit that out? Like, are they coming for us? Hillsong Publishing.
In terms of the which era we're talking, you know, the Darlene.
It was full Darlene Quiff era.
Yeah. High hair.
Yeah. High heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was lots of choir back then with Hillsong and lots of brass. Yep. It was all about the music.
Yeah.
People just like us.
It was. Okay. So yeah, we would tour around. So from a young age, my whole life was church, Christian, conservative, evangelical, Baptist. Right. We were in a Baptist church.
Okay.
I like to call it Baptist-costal.
You sure?
Like, because they were the end of the spectrum of Baptists that believed in speaking in tongues. There are some Baptists who think that's of the devil.
Yeah.
So we were Baptist-costal for sure. Like we would go to conferences like Hillsong. They loved Youth Alive stuff. So they dipped their toes in the ACC, but didn't want to dive all the way in.
Okay, right. On the outside of the Baptist church, wanting to go ACC.
Oh yeah,
but
they're on the outer
They're on
edge.
the cusp. Yeah. So what about Aaron as a kid growing up, being attracted to boys, girls, both? Like, how was that part of the journey?
I don't know whether it's trauma as to why I don't remember a lot about my sexuality as a young age.
Yeah.
I just remember like snippets almost. But I think about loved Aladdin.
Okay. Not where I thought this was going.
Where did you think it was going?
I don't know.
No, like
I think brought Disney into it, which makes sense.
Back to like when I was like late childhood. Like I'm trying to think. I believe I was always gay.
Sure.
Right. Like, And I don't know, there's a point in time where, as a kid, your parents like, oh, do you have a girlfriend? Like that sort of stuff. And I'm trying to think, well, did I ever go as a kid? And I've thought about that time and time again. And then I think about things like, well, I loved Aladdin. Okay. I remember loving Aladdin, not Jasmine.
No.
Aladdin.
Yeah, let's
and
be
he
clear.
had the vest. Like, he had his abs out.
She
right?
looked amazing. We love her.
She slayed.
Yeah. She's definitely our best friend.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But not our girlfriend.
That's right. And so I think back to then, like, there were always telltale signs.
Okay.
I would love doing little concerts out in the driveway with my sisters, dancing to S Club 7. Another sign, I think. But I think the first time Aaron now can remember Aaron was gay was early teens, going to youth group, being attracted to a guy. We were messaging.
Right.
The rest of that story has been told a number of times on various different podcasts and the project and whatever now. But basically, parents found out, prayed for me, took me to church, to the youth pastor to get prayed for.
Okay.
Very quickly, I realised it's not safe to be me.
Right.
I knew that I was going to not be able to live where I lived. I would no longer be welcome in my family, in my church, in my community.
Yeah.
And that was the age of 13.
I was going to say, how old were you?
13, 14.
13. Wow.
So
how did they find out?
we weren't allowed to charge our phones in our bedrooms at night.
Right.
They were the days of the Nokia
3310.
3310. Yes. Little snake boy. Yeah. Always been a snake boy.
Yeah. Which was a game on the phone for context. Yeah.
And
but it's been a theme throughout anyway.
Yeah. So like we would have to charge our phones on the bench, and Mum would check our phones to just make sure that we weren't up to anything dangerous or whatever.
Being safe.
I don't know if I'd done something or said something that had triggered Mum to look that particular day or whatever, but it was, she looked at it and the rest was history. She came into our room very late at night, crying her eyes out.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah. I just learned straight away. In that moment, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't okay.
Sure.
I had no frame of context or reasoning to know that it wasn't okay before that. Hadn't really even heard of homosexuality before that.
Yeah.
Very sheltered kid. But from then on, I knew, okay, it's not safe to be me.
And so the actions from them that followed were, we're gonna pray for you, of course.
Yep.
What else? What were the?
So that was it. So I was like, I don't want to have to move out. I don't want this. If this isn't what God wants for me, I don't want it.
Sure.
And so for the rest of high school, I basically just buried it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Book of Mormon?
Yeah.
Oh, turn it off like a light switch. That whole song,
off.
I loved it. I was like that's what it is. It's literally like, that's what I had to do. I had to just bury it deep. So the way I would do that was overcompensating. I don't know how many girlfriends I went through in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I went through every single girl in my friendship circle because I was one of those guys who only had female friends. Another telltale sign. Like,
it was pretty clear.
Yeah. So, I mean, all of my female friends, I think, if I look back in that group, there's probably one or two that I didn't, out of the 10, that I didn't date.
Okay.
So, the overcompensated, tried to make everyone believe, oh, Aaron's straight.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow. But progressing or moving through them all at a pace where you say you don't have to commit or get too deep into
each relationship got longer and longer.
Wow.
Don't want anyone to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I really thought about it. Like, it was high school relationships. Like, I don't think any of them are really real.
No.
I say that. My sister married her high school sweetheart, so
it's cute.
It is cute.
Yeah.
But not for me.
So then out of high school.
Yep.
Yep.
So finish high school, church offered me to do an internship with them. Mum wanted me to go and study teaching. So that's what I said. I was groomed to be a pastor, and then Mum was like, no, go and do teaching. Go and study at a university. Yeah. Get a degree, So there were these at odds with each other, but I was like, no, I've given up so much for Jesus. Like, I want to give everything for him.
Sure. Yeah.
So dove headfirst into ministry, internship. The cohort of interns that were the year above me at our church, so they'd done an internship program every year while I was growing up. The cohort above me was a group of 12. They were hand-selected like the disciples.
Right.
They were called the ambassadors.
Oh, my God.
They were like, everyone looked up to them.
Yeah.
Like everyone in youth group wanted to be one of those 12.
Yeah.
And the youth pastor who ran that program hand-selected them. They all did a course together internally in the church that was accredited, and then went on a big mission trip to Africa, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to be part of that. So when I was hand-selected, I was like, they're going to pick another 12. I'm one of the 12. This is such a humbling, like, this is really great.
Yeah.
I was one of 4. The youth pastor that originally ran that program was fired or asked to step down for some reason. Theological differences was what they said.
Okay.
And someone else came in and ran the internship. Actually, the owner of this studio's mum. She was the person who ran my internship.
Wow.
We're full circle. Maybe we'll have her as a guest.
Maybe, yeah. Shout out to...
No, I won't say
Okay.
that. That's not fair. No, she'd love it if I said her name. But anyway. It was just so different. It was night and day to the year before. Right. So when I found out who was in the internship, I was with 3 others, and they weren't like the Dream 12 from the year before, let's say. like the Dream 12 from the year before, like the cool kids.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm going to be part of the cool crew. Far from it. So they did the course within the church, and I decided I'm just going to start my Bachelor of Theology. I'm just going to go straight into it.
Straight in.
I don't need this Cert 4. I don't need a little springboard. I'm going straight in. So I then went to Bible college with all the people from the year before.
Right.
Or the half that stayed on and went to Bible college to continue their studies. I felt like I was part of their cohort as an intern.
Yeah.
Going to uni to do my Bachelor of Theology, my practical stuff was in kids ministry.
Right.
And a couple of months into that, our kids pastor broke both her legs. And so I was promoted basically to acting children's pastor. I couldn't be given the title, but I was that while I was studying. So I was running the whole kids ministry for this pretty large Baptist church. And
how old are you at this stage?
18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 18. Had been running like the kids Friday afternoon kids program all through year 11 and 12, and ran holiday programs and was pretty involved anyway.
Yeah.
So, sort of take over running all of the kids ministry there. So I'm pretty well known within the staff, like the senior pastor and everyone. I'm reporting stuff to them, right? And going to Bible college, very, very involved. One of the friends I make through Bible college, spent a lot of time with him, and one night we're watching a movie and I kiss him. Well, he kissed me. Actually, hang on.
Wow, let's slow this part of the story down.
Yeah. I don't want him getting the credit.
At your place, watching a movie?
No, his place.
At his place?
His place, watching a movie. He kisses me.
Okay, but how does that...
I kiss him back.
You don't just kiss someone. Like, how did that...
So we're watching the movie on his laptop.
Yeah.
Lying, like, on his bed.
Yeah.
So, like, it...
I've seen this movie.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
You know what happens. So, yes, just any other day wouldn't have been a problem. I think we'd probably done that several times before. Like, we'd been studying, both writing our essays.
Okay.
One of us, like, oh, we need a break. Let's put on something on the laptop. So we'd open a movie, we'd watch it. For some reason, something happened. I don't know whether one of us would tickle each other. I don't remember. I've blocked it out of my memory. I remember the kiss. That's
okay.
it. I know that he kissed me. I kissed him back. I freaked out. I got up and I packed up my laptop, didn't say a word, ran out, got in my car, drove home, freaking out. Went to the senior pastor like the next day or something and was like, you need to fire me. I kissed someone. I kissed a guy. And he's like, slow down.
Right.
I've heard worse. Like that. Probably. Like, you hear the stories that come out.
Yeah.
and I just kissed a guy.
But what was the freak out? What was that? What was involved in that? Was it the shame of it? Like the guilt?
I just remember feeling the whole way home crying, thinking how disgusting I was. Like there was all this internalized homophobia that was just basically saying, I've done it. I'm going to hell. Like
Right.
this is the end.
Yeah.
I probably even thought I had AIDS, honestly. Like I didn't know enough about how STIs were transmitted. That's how
Sure.
sheltered I was.
Yeah, right.
And so,
But the programming
yeah,
from the church, from
everything
what
I'd
you'd
been told about homosexuality, I was like,
Yeah,
my goodness,
this is bad.
This is bad.
Yeah,
So yeah, knee-jerk reaction was, I've got to come clean. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
So I was. He sent me then to go and do prayer ministry at a church
perfect.
out in the eastern suburbs. I'm not going to say their name. They're
Yeah.
still around.
Okay.
Although the retrospective conversion practices laws tempt me every day. Because what is about to transpire in my story?
Shame. No, we won't. We won't.
No. And the reason I don't think I will is because the volunteers that conducted the prayer ministry, they did so out of a pure heart. Like there was nothing untoward. There was no, at any point, there's never any maliciousness in their attack on homosexuality or trying to get me to become straight. Like that, their heart isn't to hurt me, and I know, I look back at that and I know that,
Yeah.
and so that's probably where that part of the reason I've been able to process it all so well maybe is that I look back and I can see, okay, no one was out to get me, right? And I think in some cases that is the case. There are people out to get people. For me, it wasn't that. Like it wasn't that. Like my mum genuinely loved me, loves me.
Yeah.
She'd been brainwashed and computed by dogma in the church to believe that homosexuality is a sin, your son will go to hell.
Yeah.
Well, no loving mother wants their son to go to hell, right?
Yeah.
So for my mum, when I was 13, to have that knee-jerk reaction that she had, absolutely fine. Go to this prayer ministry, and the woman who's conducting my prayer ministry, chances would have it, her son was also gay.
Wow.
And I would probably say is also gay today,
Right.
right? So we're sitting in this prayer ministry room. We've gone through a whole bunch of like red prayers, like they're prayers renouncing Freemasonry and from ancestors and
Yeah.
prayers.
Come on, generational curses.
Generational curses
Yep.
gone out the door. I had to cut the
Soul ties.
soul tie between me and the guy I'd kissed, like because there was something there apparently, and like so we did all these rote prayers that we'd prayed,
Yeah.
and it was exhausting, right? Like because they get you to be so vulnerable and open up and tell us like, have you like watched any porn or done this? Like we might need to pray this prayer, like the porn prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. Skip to page 34. Oh.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And so this woman guides me through all these prayers. There's another guy there, an older man. I don't even remember him very much. Like he was just present. I don't know if he was just there to
Support crew.
Yeah, like I think they just needed two people
Right.
for accountability and stuff. But she guides me through the prayers, and then at the end, when I think we're wrapping up, she said, "I just want to let you know that my son, he was gay," and she used the word "was." And she got really close. Like she got off her chair, leant really close. Like the whole situation I remember vividly. Like it's one of those things I just can't get out of my memory. She leans really close. She goes, "My son was gay, but our pastor here gave him some really strong advice, and I think the same would work for you because he's healed today."
Wow. Healed.
And as soon as you hear that, right? As soon as you hear the power of someone's testimony.
Come on.
So she says, I leaned in. I was like, okay, what? So her son was gay. The senior pastor basically told him, find a woman who ticks every single box.
Right.
And marry that woman. She said, no amount of praying for God to make you straight is going to work. because every miracle that happened in the Bible happened because someone took a step of faith. And then she went and listed every step of faith you could think of. Like, she was preaching to me and I was buying it. Like, I was like, yes, amen, amen.
How do I?
Oh, like, give it to me. Yep. And so she went through, like, the woman with the issue of blood. She took a risk. She came out into the public when she shouldn't have, reached out and grabbed Jesus' cloak. She was exposed. Like, Peter took a step out of the boat into the waves. He could have drowned. Like, and so she goes through all these people like Abram and almost sacrificing his son as a step of faith. The end result could have been drastic, but God did a miracle and turned it around. And a young 19-year-old boy, 18, 19-year-old boy who's desperate to not be gay anymore goes, yep, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'm buying what you're putting down.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is what's going to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been in miracle services and healing services where people have been healed, and
Sure.
you witnessed people's joy of being healed, and they described the feeling of that warmth or the electrocution. So you're like, well, if God can do it then, he can do it now. And I was full of faith. That was my thing. Like, I was just like full of faith that it could happen. And so I took her advice and found a girl who ticked all the boxes. She was one of my best friends, and we did ministry together. She was working for the church. Basically had the conversation, was like, hey, is there something here?
But this is what the step of faith looked like. So this is the step of faith that they are prescribing or advising in a sense.
Yeah, like if you find someone who ticks all the boxes, because marriage was the first covenant. This is how she sold it.
Sure.
The first covenant that God created.
Yeah.
He's going to do a miracle for you if you take the step of faith.
Of course. And what are all the boxes? Like, what were some of those boxes that you're ticking for?
She didn't go into detail. She basically was saying, like, what if they tick all the boxes of someone you would want to be in a relationship with, like a Christian, into ministry, has brown hair, like whatever the, serves, knows how to cook, like whatever the list is. Like, everyone has their own list, I guess. Yeah.
Has 3 different types of scarves.
Yeah.
Knee-high boots. It's named Ashley.
Yeah. All of that. So the advice was, find someone who ticks all the boxes. You're just not attracted to them.
Right.
Taking that step of faith, when you commit to them and commit to a life in marriage, God is going to make you attracted to them. He'll heal you.
Wow.
Oh, boy, was that wrong.
Did it? What do you mean it didn't work?
No.
Oh, gosh.
And I sit here like saying, like, oh, gee, I would have loved it to have worked. But me now, no, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Like,
sure.
I'm so glad that I'm in my natural fit as a proud gay man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wish it had worked because there was a ripple effect of trauma, right? This decision, while I fully believed it was going to heal me, it was going to have a ripple effect and a flow-on effect of hurt. And it did. It hurt my now ex-wife tremendously. We're still really good friends. But there was a lot of hurt there because it was 12 years of marriage that are now out the window.
Yeah, wow.
And 14 years of relationship with someone that was it real? Was it like, there's a lot of questioning there. There's a life that has been now put on hold, basically. So,
sure.
So for part of me still wishes, gee, I wish a miracle had happened.
Yeah.
For that, because then it wouldn't have caused that hurt, that pain.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But the other side of me is like, well, it was never going to happen, but I couldn't see it in that moment. I was so blinded.
Sure. So 12 years of marriage.
12 years.
Wow.
Wedding day.
Gave it a really good go.
Did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's amazing.
Well,
and through that 12 years, like, was it?
Yeah, like the 12 years, I think we probably would have stayed married until I died if certain circumstances hadn't happened.
Right.
Towards the end.
Okay.
And I've got to say that I was never unhappily married.
Right.
Like we were happy.
Sure.
I don't think I was giving Jackie everything she needed
Yeah.
or deserved as a woman who has desires,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I wasn't living every day of that marriage, like grinding my teeth or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
that's not what was happening. It was more of a relationship of convenience in the end.
Yeah.
And it was a working relationship. And so when I realized I wasn't getting healed pretty shortly after we got married and there was no miraculous moment, the wedding night was a
That you've been
schmozzle.
promised.
Yeah. Like honeymoon suite, bad idea. Like none of it seemed to happen as I'd hoped or believed it was going to. Then it was all about, okay, well, this is now to Christianize what I was going through, the cross I have to carry.
Right.
This is the
Yeah.
thorn in my
This
side.
is the burden.
Yep. And
Yeah.
many Christians, Paul had the thorn in his side. Jesus
Yeah.
had to carry. Like as Christians, we're taught to believe that there's sometimes that extra sacrifice you have to make.
Yeah.
And I taught myself that.
This was yours.
I mean, I could preach on a Sunday and lead anyone to Christ. Like I preach to myself daily. Like this is my cross. This is the thorn.
Wow.
Yeah.
My cross to bear.
Yeah.
And still, do you remember being attracted to men still at that time?
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. So that narrative is still playing through.
Oh,
You're
100%.
seeing
That never
guys-
went away. Like it wasn't
Right.
like I just then had to keep myself really busy.
Yeah. Right. Distracted.
Like at every moment. I don't know if there was a course that went around for ages called Valiant Man.
Yes, I remember.
Put out by what was some church down in the eastern. So it was a really old guy.
Yeah, I don't remember
Forget
where
his
it
name.
came from. But we all did it.
Oh, Valiant Man. And so one of the lessons in Valiant Man was, and it was teaching men how to be pure and stay pure, especially
that's right.
before they're married. And
Yeah.
it said, so if you see a woman and you want to look at her bum and rah, 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 and he talked like that. Like
In pure thoughts.
Pure thoughts.
Yeah.
Put an elastic band around your wrist and flick it
Oh my gosh.
because that's going to train you to stop looking. So that's basically what I did.
Yeah.
Like I was finding ways to either punish myself when I had bad thoughts or distract myself, to teach myself that I could do without that. And it worked for so long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like we had a great ministry life. We had a great family life. We were kicking goals. And then I think it was about 2017, we had a lesbian couple start coming to our church. And at the start, it was great. They came in, attended.
So coming to your church, so you guys were running a church.
Yeah, we started
at
a
the start.
church. We
You started
planted a church.
Yep.
It was going well, kicking
Yep.
goals. It was really modern.
Sure. Smoke machine?
There was a haze. We had a haze machine. Smoke
Okay.
machines are a bit cheap.
Oh, sorry, get going. But just so I know, the Holy Spirit was there.
Oh, the Holy Spirit was there.
Okay, great.
There was a haze machine, and the keyboard always played when I was
Yeah, the
about
keys.
5 minutes from finishing my sermon.
Right, perfect.
Yep. They really ushered the presence in. We also made sure that the lights would go like a purpley blue colour
Yep.
whenever I was ending my sermon.
Yep. Great.
You know, just you got to make that atmosphere.
Create the atmosphere
Yeah.
so that people can truly be saved.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Amazing.
So, yeah, we had started a church, planned this church. It was going great. I think it was about 2017 when they first started. They came in through the doors, and I remember there was a big kerfuffle. Like no one knew what to do about this lesbian couple who
Right,
are now
yeah,
attending. And they were the most lovely duo. They were beautiful. One of them had sort of run away from her past as a Christian, very, very involved in Christianity. In fact, had released music, like Christian worship music, ran away from that life because of her sexuality, basically. And if she came out publicly, it would have destroyed her parents' ministry in her mind. That's what she thought. I'm reading into a lot of it and fast forwarding her story, basically, but not giving it the credit it's due.
Sure.
Her partner, not grown up in the church, didn't know anything about Christianity. So they sat there. She came because we were doing a series on breaking free from anxiety and depression, and she'd heard about it from a uni friend, the one who had never been brought up in church. Came to our church, loved it, gave their life to Jesus in the first week she was there.
Wow.
Put her hand up.
Yeah.
And I was like, win. Look at this. Yep. We're converting lesbians. We're winning.
We're winning, yeah.
And stayed around. They kept coming back, coming back. Yeah, exactly. Because I still believed the lie that homosexuality was a sin, right? So for me, that was a win. They kept coming. They did our 4-week newcomers course. I joined in on the 4th week. The 4th week was, so the newcomers course was like week 1, welcome to church, party, food, welcome to our church. He's glad to have you. Week 2, all about like what we believe and blah, blah. Week 3 was about how to find freedom in your life, and finding freedom is by getting connected and also serving. And so then week 4 was all about, well, how do you get involved?
Right.
So I always jumped into the 4th week to say hello to everyone who was going to get involved as the senior pastor. I should be there.
Yeah.
And they were there. They'd just done week 4, and they were wanting to get involved. And I was thinking, in the back of my mind, this isn't going to go down well, because we've already got a commotion. People are talking. There's chatter.
Right.
When they start to want to get involved, what are people going to say? So they did. They wanted to get involved. They wanted to catch up with me for coffee. We sat down. We had a chat. Basically, they were willing to. They said that they loved Jesus so much, and this one girl who had been coming for now 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, who had never been in church before in her life, had caught up on all of our podcasts. So every sermon, she'd listen to them all on her way to and from uni on the train every day.
Wow.
So she just caught up on a couple of years worth of sermons. And basically she was saying, you always say that if by putting Jesus first, it sometimes means letting go of some things. And if we want to really walk towards Jesus, then we have to put him first. If putting Jesus first means we have to let go of this relationship, we're willing.
Wow.
And I sat back in this cafe like, I don't want to speak to that. Number one, because it was triggering for me. I'd never done study on sexuality, because not once during my theology training, and any time it came up, I would want to avoid it like the plague, because it was just I like to keep myself distracted from that topic.
Sure.
Anyway, I said to them, well, let's look into what the Bible says about it first. So I spend the next year and a half, 2 years studying what the Bible says. And that was sort of my undoing, is that discovering that the Bible doesn't say what we have said it's always said, and discovering some things that got added in 1946 and some ways things have been mistranslated. Just all of it added up. That's an episode for another day, but it all added up to me feeling like my world was caving in internally, but having to put on this happy face as a happy clappy Pentecostal on a Sunday, leading a church full of vision, full of dreams. And so towards the end of that year and a half, me thinking, well, I've been lied to. Like, I thought I was happy, but if I could actually be me and just strip all this away, maybe I'd actually understand what real happiness is. And that's the first, when that all started to happen, that was the first moment I started to be unhappy in my marriage. Right. Like it was the first time I'd been unhappy as a straight man. Yeah. You know?
So this was the crisis of faith.
Yeah. Well, but also not really a crisis of faith, just crisis of sexuality.
Crisis of sexuality, but it came from questioning what you believe.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And so
everything that you'd been taught along the way.
Yes. Yeah. And it was, I say to people now that it was the loose thread that I always never wanted to tug on or cut. Like, you know, you see a beautiful tapestry and there's just one little thread and you're like, I'd love to just grab it, but if I grab it, it might unravel the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Right.
And I came out and was like, I'm going to come out. I'm still going to love Jesus. I'm still going to love his church. And actually, Jackie and I wrote a statement that said, I still love Jesus. I still love my church. I still love my wife and my family. My wife and my family, it's going to look different. We're going to separate, blah, blah. The church, well, I can't be a pastor anymore. It's also going to look different. But the only thing that's tried and true and never changes is Jesus Christ. Right? That preaches, even still today. Where's the keyboard?
Yeah, where's the
and so
really need to get a smoke machine.
that's the next step. That'll bring the Holy Spirit right into this room. So we wrote that statement basically saying that, and this is what I believe, I was going to be a gay Christian.
Yeah.
And I have gone through waves since then of almost running completely out of the door and disowning everything to do with faith, Christianity, the church, because of mistranslated being hurt by people and stuff in a way that made me question faith. It made me unravel everything and think, okay, well, what else was I told that was potentially a lie?
Sure, yeah.
Or potentially mistranslated, or like there's only so much that in a 3.5 year degree at university and stuff that you can actually ever know about, like the root words of every single word and every verse that we've ever preached. And
sure.
So it's like, how much else is
well,
there?
All that stuff too is taught to you, so you're taking it in.
Yeah, from a lens, from a Christian university's lens, right?
From a Christian university. So
I'm sure it'd be very different if I went and did it at Uni Melb or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then for you to then go, actually, what do I believe? And if I do my own research and my own investigation, like that's what.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the journey where you go, oh wow, actually, I don't know if that is what I believe.
Yep.
And that's not actually based on anything. Someone just said that.
Yeah.
So that's not actually accurate, true, or interpreted in the right way.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's just been this weird journey since.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever land anywhere. Like, I don't know where I can't. People ask me to define what my faith is,
Your faith
now.
is now. Yeah.
And I don't know. Wow. That's what I tell people. I think the last time someone asked me, I said I'm a Christian universalist. The pastor who got fired when I was a teenager was because of universalism.
Right.
They were calling him a Christian universalist.
Okay.
And now I'm waving the flag. But basically, like, I was introduced to a higher power. I don't believe that there's not a God. I don't think I'm proud enough to say that, or I don't think anyone could ever say it. I don't believe there's not something. I was introduced to that something by Jesus. But I also have spent some time in the last 5 years since coming out and having the shit unraveled, looking at, well, what do other faiths say, and finding that the narratives and the written word that they have, there's so many similarities and so many overlaps, and there's a Messiah character, and there's a creation story, there's a flood in so freaking most of the religions, right? Like, so
a 3-day event. It's all.
And so I look at it and I go, okay, I'm not even bold enough to say that Jesus is the way, the only way to the Father, right? That I would have preached once, but I'm not an atheist. I'm in a messed up space, but that's okay. I'm really happy being in this space of the unknown.
Well, messy and beautiful all at the same time.
Yeah, it is. And feeling happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like once upon a time me would have hated being in this space.
Right.
And once upon a time me would have thought, oh, I can't imagine what it's like to be in the unknown and that navigating the waters, like losing your faith or whatever. And I could tell my old self one thing would be like, just rest, just relax. It's so beautiful out here in the waters. Like, sometimes you do go under the waves, and you're taking a bit of water, but your head comes back up to surface and you're all right again.
You're not drowning.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not that important.
Yeah, and not that scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So that was...
Well, that's going to make a loud sound.
Coming...
Just There's no editing of it. So we just got to call it out.
Damn it. Coming out of that space, so, and then what? Because you have to then, because life's very different.
Yeah, well,
without a wife, without a church, without a community.
Especially when that's the only community you've ever known.
Sure, yeah.
Thankfully, 2 years before I came out, I started doing local theatre. And I made this small group of friends who to this day are great friends. And they were my life source.
Wow.
Whenever everything was going on. Like the community I knew disappeared.
Yeah.
People I once had on speed dial, no more.
Yeah.
People I'd hear from every day via text messages stopped.
All the ones you were doing life with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life no longer mattered to
Yeah,
them.
wow.
My life no longer mattered, it felt like.
Of course.
And to give some of them credit, some of them were also scared and nervous and were being told that they weren't allowed to speak to me. Like there was a lot of
Sure.
stuff in motion. So not for a second do I blame anyone
Yeah.
in that moment. And like it was hurtful, some things that happened, but we let it go.
Well, I think
We've moved on.
That's a really important thing to say. That, and I thought about this when you were talking about the lady that was preaching to you in that prayer ministry part. They were all acting based on their beliefs.
Yeah.
Not
Not
any place of
malicious.
maliciousness or,
That's it.
Genuinely loved and cared for you and were acting
Yeah.
in accordance with their beliefs at the time.
And a pastor who came in externally to look after the church we'd started, like babysit it and try and figure out what its next
Right.
step would be, whether they just folded or got taken over or whatever, found a new pastor. He had asked people, out of respect for Aaron and Jackie, please leave them alone.
Right.
When that's the worst
Sure.
advice. Like,
Yeah.
number one, Jackie needed her community
Yeah.
100 times more than she ever needed it,
Yeah.
right? I would have loved it, but I also think I would have felt a bit guilty having it at the time, so I probably would have rejected it anyway.
Sure.
So like, I can say that I felt abandoned and alone, but they were told that, but I also probably would have rejected it at the same time.
Right.
So, yeah, like I don't blame anyone during that time because no one knows what to do when something like that happens.
Sure.
They all believe one thing.
Yeah.
And I believed that too.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I'd spent a year and a half studying it that I figured out I don't believe this anymore, right? And it
Yeah.
was painful to get to through those last stages to believe something different. And so I don't blame them for believing that because I was once in their camp.
Yeah.
I'm not annoyed at that. I'm not hurt by the fact that they believe that. But now I'm on this side. I would love to be able to speak into that somehow.
Yeah.
And I know that old Pastor Aaron would have heard a gay ex-pastor speaking and gone, nah, he has no credibility. What does he know?
Well, he's
the
fallen.
black sheep. He's fallen.
Backslidden. Yeah.
Which is so sad.
Yeah.
But hopefully, as we open up this podcast to some more guests who have more credibility in their eyes, we can start a better conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's life now? So how long has it been since you came out? 5 years?
5.5 years.
5.5 years.
5.5 years.
So what does life look like now?
Life is the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
I am engaged
Wow.
to a lovely man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've never been happier. There's been some dark times in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I think the darkest moments prior to coming out were the darkest ever. The dark times since coming out, I've still been the happiest I've ever been. Like it's this new euphoric happiness almost. Like
Right.
life as I never thought it would ever be,
Yeah.
or could be, is now a reality. It's in my hands.
Yeah.
So I just get to experience this gay life. I've dove headfirst into gay life. I love it. Like, gone to Mardi Gras. Like my first Mardi Gras was the year after COVID.
Wow.
And it was like a Hillsong conference because they'd done it in the stadium that year.
Okay, yeah.
Because the streets weren't safe.
Yeah.
That COVID guy. So they brought it into the stadium and I feel like confining us to a stadium was a bigger problem. Like we were in one confined space, like on top of each other. So I think that was a super spreader event. But anyway, I remember sitting there thinking, this is like the Gays Hillsong conference.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And the same euphoric feeling I would feel at a Hillsong conference, I was feeling there, but just with this happiness. Like, my goodness, this is where I belong. This is my tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Same sense of belonging.
Same, but different.
Very different community.
Yeah. Yeah. And
but also allowing, like, you're now 100%
100% myself, and that's the difference. Yeah. So that's where I just think that important topic that we're just going to keep coming back to is that intersection, because there's so many similarities. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
We're same, but different. If we could just all be friends.
Can't we just love each other?
Yes. No, we can all just be sisters. It'd be beautiful.
All just be sisters and best friends.
This episode has gone way too long.
Yes.
I feel like Spotify are gonna cut it.
They're gonna cut it out.
No, but yeah, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Great.
Yeah.
But what about coming into the gay community? Because you're kind of out of one community into a.
Honestly, I haven't.
Okay.
Like, if we're talking the gay community, like the scene, like, I haven't. Like, I don't have a Rolodex of gay friends. I've got a number of gay friends that I know and trust and love.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I don't know. I just haven't felt the need to go dive headfirst into some things that I just wasn't comfortable with.
Sure. Yeah.
But I've got some friends in my little Rolodex that do go to those events and they're more in the scene than I am.
Okay.
And they love it.
Yeah.
And I love it for them. Like, I hear the stories and I'm like, oh yeah, it's fun. That does sound fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So like I'll go to gay bars, go to Mardi Gras. Like I feel like I'm in the gay community, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
You are.
I'm in the gay community. I am in the gay community. Yeah.
Just because you don't go to an underwear party once a month doesn't mean you're not part of the community.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's the thing. There's a breadth to the gay community, just like there's multiple denominations in the church.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I am in the gay community.
You're in it.
Yeah, I'm in it. I love it.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a 4-week course I can do? Like,
no,
welcome,
the ambassador.
welcome to the community.
For the gay community. Yeah. Welcome. Membership card will be in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that throughout our podcast we'll be able to unpack more of our stories throughout just chatting with guests and stuff, but also more about some of the topics we've talked about, because the story fits in an episode not even alone.
Yeah.
Like, we're well over a 45-minute episode.
Yeah.
But moving past that, there's topics that we've touched on that are really important that we'll dive into, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that even, part of this new 5-year journey in terms of coming out, like the work that you've done with Equality Australia, like I feel like that will be part of another podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And the work that we can do, to help influence some of the lobbyists that are helping influence some of the laws that, or the lawmakers that will make those changes.
Well, as Brooke Fraser said, now that I've seen, I'm responsible. Faith without deeds is dead.
Oh, wow. I was going to say the best is yet to come.
Thanks, Brian.
I like yours better.
Amen. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, amen. Oh
little God. Bobby.
Yes.
Nah. Awesome. Well, episode 1. Part A is done.
Part A. Thanks for sharing your story.
Yep.
Yeah.
No worries. I'm glad I had some beverage to get me through that. But tune in for part B. We're going to be diving.
Part B for Ben.
Part B for... Oh, and part A for Aaron.
Oh. We didn't even think of about that.
We didn't. But we'll be diving into yours in the next episode.
We will, yeah.
Your story.
Watch this space.